Echo is the new Overwatch hero, and she can duplicate enemy players, turn into them, and then get their ultimate super quick, and it is just insane. Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to the channel. I'm Stylosa, and I was lucky enough to go to Blizzard a couple of weeks ago to check out Echo and put together this wonderful video showing you guys everything about the new hero, and she is just insane. So the big thing with Echo is you can become enemy players and you get rapid ultimate generation. It is frankly insane. It is really cool to play, but yeah, let's get stuck into this. So the first place, or I guess the best place to start, is with the ultimate. It is duplicate. You become an enemy hero. It is crazy. Look at the ultimate generation rate there. Pretty much an instant primal rage on Winston. That is just crazy to think what you can do with this hero. And, well, also I fell off the map because I'm actually just terrible at the game. But whatever, ladies and gentlemen. What about Zarya? Like, you can play Zarya, or you clone her, and then I've got 0 energy. So I've got a grab. And I'm going to get another grab. This is crazy. Now, when I first seen this, I was like, this is game-breaking. What's going on? This is mental. What? Well, yeah, Jeff kind of knows that this is a crazy ultimate, and this is what Jeff had to say about it.
Definitely have concerns about the power level of the ult. Like, it would be ridiculous to say, like, no, don't worry about it. It's all going to be fine.
Yeah. It is an insane ultimate. So what about Wrecking Ball? Well, if you turn into Wrecking Ball, there you go. There's a minefield. How long did that take? About a second. Oh, there's a minefield. And guess what? I'm going to charge another minefield up. And then, well, now I've got another minefield. Now, with Wrecking Ball, you don't actually deploy multiple minefields. What's happening is you're refreshing the mines that are already down. But effectively, you've got 3 lots of the ultimate, which is pretty crazy to think. Now, these figures may change, and they probably will, because it's quite ridiculous. I mean, look at this. This is Sombra. There's an EMP. I'm not even doing this optimally. Like, I'm firing at these bots while they're still hacked, so I can't charge my ulti, but I still managed to get 2 EMPs. Now, that is pretty crazy. I'm not going to lie. That is pretty crazy. 2 EMPs? What? That's just going to... That is mental. Right? I can't say that enough. This ultimate is actually crazy. So the question is, what is Echo? Well, Echo is DPS. She is not a support, as a lot of people thought she was. And what I want to show you guys here is just a little bit of gameplay before we get back to breaking down the abilities, just to show you how she plays. She is an aerial flanker with extremely good range damage, extremely good burst damage. In fact, the devs were saying she's pretty much got the best burst damage in the game if you land the abilities. So if you land all of the sticky bombs and then go in with some primary fire damage, you're going to do a ton of damage. It is actually insane. Of course, a lot of the power is in the ultimate. Look at this. It is crazy. I clone that Reinhardt. I charge in, fire strike, instant earth shatter. Boom, the backline is gone. How do you defend against this? Now, one thing to notice here, I will get killed as Reinhardt, and I appear back with full health as Echo. This may have changed on the PTR. In fact, the devs were saying this probably will change by the time it does go to PTR. Remember, this is a development build, which I was playing, but still, it is a mental ultimate. Now, what is this? Well, this is a new UI setting. This is for Ana and for Echo. It is confirmation of using your ultimate ability. This is great because it means that if you turn this on, and you can toggle this on and off in the UI settings, you won't get any more boostios with, you know, accidental nano boosting kind of stuff going on, which is good. And I found this really does help with Echo, because with Echo, you kind of want to plan who you want to clone, which is awesome. Okay, let's get back onto the abilities. So her primary fire is called Tri-Shot. Echo fires 3 shots at once in a triangle pattern. There is no drop-off with this ability. You'll notice the projectiles just keep traveling. This is kind of like Genji's shurikens and kind of like Doomfist primary fire, but obviously not. You know, it's firing 3 projectiles in a triangle pattern, which do headshot damage and do a lot of damage. If these land, it's like a horrible sting in the tail. You're getting spammed. She's firing away her sticky bombs. You can imagine the way that it's playing out. A few of these hit you in the head, it's going to do a ton of damage. This thing is the new hero spawner. So you can spawn heroes in the training range, which it's about time there was an update to the training range. But this is really nice for Echo for obvious reasons. Okay, let's talk about sticky bombs. So you fire off a volley of sticky bombs. Currently, or at least on the build that I played, it was 6 sticky bombs. Now, you cannot manually detonate these bombs. They will detonate after they hit a surface after a few seconds. But if you land them onto a big target like a tank, or it just catches a squishy target like a tracer and blows up on them, it does a pretty good amount of damage, I'm not going to lie. And this just goes back to the whole idea that Echo suddenly has this crazy burst damage. I mean, look at this soldier, right? Point blank range, sticky bombs into him, primary fire, melee, he's dead. What can he do? It is crazy. Also, if crowd control goes in, any kind of target which remains stationary, you want to fire sticky bombs into them. Things like Mercy, if she tries to res, throw your sticky bombs into it. Also, it kind of makes your teammates fire at the target with the sticky bombs as well. It's like a big beacon. I mean, look at this D.Va here. Like, I've smashed her with the sticky bombs. She literally lost half her HP, finished her off with some primary fire. It is just incredible. Now, watch the Sigma here. Sticky bombs fired into the choke. Obviously, that's what you're going to want to do with this. Hits the Sigma, does massive damage to him. It is just actually crazy how much damage this hero can do. I mean, look at it. It's crazy. Oh, and she can fly. Now, it isn't true flight. It isn't like Mercy, Valkyrie flight. Now, the way flight works is when you initiate flight, you will boost in the direction you are currently moving. So you could jump up in the air and boost straight up in the air if you wanted to. Then you get to fly around for 3 seconds, kind of like D.Va boosters, and then you start falling back down to the earth. Now, you do have a passive ability, and it's kind of like Mercy's passive, only a bit different. So you glide. Watch here. Look how fast you move while doing this. You glide forward. It means you can go high into the air, use the initial burst of movement, just like this, hover around, fly around. It's awesome. Then you can glide into a new position very quickly. It is very fast. One thing you can't do is permanently stay in the air. This isn't like Pharah. You will not stay in the air permanently. This actually shows a pretty good example of what's going on. I'm flying around, I'm in the air, I'm very vulnerable. I get killed by the Ashe, and this is something to note. She is really vulnerable to hit scan fire. You have no defensive ability. And then I'm sort of restricted to being on the ground. I burst up back. You know, you can see how quick that was. She's very evasive when she does this, but you're not in the air all of the time. And if you notice the cooldowns, they come up again by the time that you actually hit the ground. So you do not remain in the air permanently. All right, let's talk about focusing beam. So this is crazy. This is actually mental. Now, it's got 20-meter range, which you guys kind of see me showing off here. Now, it's actually really fun, this was. All this gameplay was recorded with the developers watching. So we're kind of talking back to each other and, like, having a laugh, you know, explaining what's going on. So some of it might be a little bit janky, but it's still really cool footage. So one thing you'll notice with this is it does more damage when a target is below 50% HP, and that includes barriers. So what this currently does is 50 DPS per second, channeled beam hit scan ability. Really, really good for killing Pharah in air-to-air duels, as you can imagine. However, when a target is below 50% HP, it then does 4 times the damage, 200 damage per second. This is crazy. You can see it here with these clips. How fast it is just deleting people when they've got low HP is mental. Now, there is a trade-off here, because you have to get close to do this, and you've only got 200 HP. So you are a very vulnerable target. But a lot of the time, it's worth just going in there and popping this whenever you see anything like, I don't know, a visual indicator on an enemy barrier to say that it's cracking. That means the barrier is below 50% HP. You can beam it down with 200 damage a second. The barrier is going to instantly die. It is just incredible damage. It is insane. Now, that's all of Echo's abilities, guys. What I want to do for the remainder of this video is show you how she plays. This here, you kind of seen a bit of this clip at the start of the video. See how I flanked around the side, charged in. Well, I charged in after I became Reinhardt, flanked around the side, got my ultimate ready, became a Reinhardt. Suddenly, they've got a Reinhardt in their backline. You go straight in, do tons of damage, Earth Shatter, get another Earth Shatter. I mean, this is like unheard of. This is just insane. This is like one of those heroes. I mean, look at that beam damage again. She was low HP, just beamed straight through her and killed her. It is just mental. This hero is it's just crazy. Like, I can't believe it's a thing. I mean, I'm still a bit shocked that it's a DPS hero and it wasn't a support hero or even a tank hero, because we do have a lot of DPS heroes, but it is crazy. So what I'd like to do now for the remainder of this video is run you guys through some gameplay stuff. Now, this is me heavily focusing on Echo as a flanker. So you'll notice that what I'm doing here is, I've killed the enemy Echo. I'm flying around the back. The enemy team, it's going to be very difficult for them to stop me doing anything here. Like, you try to think about what are the counters for this hero. Well, it is hit scan, right? You can use Ashe, as I showed you guys earlier on in the video. Pretty much deleted me with a couple of taps. And I did have a Mercy pocket in that clip. If they're going to use Soldier, if they're going to use McCree, you know, a Widowmaker, that's what you're going to be vulnerable against. But if you play clever, you can almost get away with not actually exposing yourself that much, because you've got a sheer amount of absolutely massive spam damage you can do from a, well, honestly, pretty safe location. So here, this is me being a bit aggressive. Oh, I'm testing the hero, we're having fun. The enemy Echo comes in, she's giving me a beam, done a ton of damage, got 22 HP, I get halted, I get killed by the Orisa, which is unlucky, but, you know, these things happen. But this hero is very much flank DPS, or it's aerial flanker DPS, and it works really well with a Mercy pocket, which gives Mercy a bit more power as well, which actually is it's something which I haven't really thought about, but that is something to honestly consider. It does a lot of spam range damage. Its ultimate is something we've never seen in Overwatch before. It's very much like an ability you would only ever see in Overwatch. So what I'm going to do here is clone the Zarya. So we're moving forward here. We've got a kill. We've killed their Bastion. I'm spamming their back line. I'm jumping up in the air. I'm all over the place. They can't really, like, it's difficult for them to deal with me. But you can see it is difficult for me to land shots. It's not like this is a guaranteed I'm landing every single shot I am. I'm sure people will get good with the hero and will be able to do that. I'm more of a hit scan player than projectile. If you're a really good Genji player, I think you're just going to fit into this hero straight away. So here I am going around the side, and I will clone the Zarya in a second. I'm just waiting for our team to push forward. There we go. So I've come in, cloned the Zarya. Now, the thing to remember with the ultimate is you get invulnerability frames when you use it. So when I click clone, I'm invincible. Then I turn into Zarya. So this is a prompt for the enemy team to be like, uh-oh, they're using... well, their Echoes came in and used their ultimate. We've got to do something about it. Now, this enemy team couldn't really do anything about it. I went in. I grabbed them because, you know, you instantly get an ultimate pretty much. Kill them, beam them, whatever, win the fight. Now, that is the power of Echo. A lot of you guys out there, and me, like, as this was being recorded, I'm laughing. I'm turning around, I'm like, guys, how do you even stop this? This is crazy. What happens if you're Reaper and you drop down from the high ground and just spam your ultimate? What then? Also, I should probably listen out for the Roadhog there, which I didn't know he was there because I didn't have my headset on. That's my excuse. But it's just crazy, right? It's like, how do you stop this ultimate? Well, we found out through doing this bit of an extended playtest that crowd control abilities really do shut you down. Sombra's hack is really, really good against Echo. She kind of becomes like Doomfist. When she can't use her abilities, she can't really do anything. If you duplicate and become like an enemy Reinhardt and then get hacked, well, then you can't use your ultimate. So you're just another Reinhardt. It's still effective, don't get me wrong, but you can't use your ultimate. So any kind of crowd control will shut it down. And what we quickly came to realize is when Echo uses her ultimate, you have to expect whatever hero she is transformed into will immediately use its ultimate because they only need to do a little bit of damage and they will have that ultimate ready. So I think what's going to happen is when this hero hits the live servers, we're going to see, and this is obviously terrible, getting destroyed again. When we see her hit the live servers, we're going to see a lot of players not really knowing how to deal with her. And I think she's just going to appear to be ridiculously OP. As soon as players realize that, oh, when she uses duplicate, we need to crowd control her or we need to really be aware of what's going on, I think there are ways of playing around her. Obviously, in this clip, it looks super effective. I'm grabbing tanks. I think I grab Anna actually now. Yeah, so you can clone anyone, right? And there becomes like a little sort of mini clone meta. It's like, who am I going to become? Shall I become the Anna? Do we need like heroes like Batiste are going to be incredibly good to clone because you can just throw down an immortality field. Imagine if you had a Batiste already and you then become the enemy Batiste. So then you've got 2 immortality drones. It is crazy when you start thinking like that. And this is where it opens up loads of different opportunities and loads of different playstyles. I mean, you think like the enemy team will have to react to what heroes they've got if you're playing Echo. I mean, I played Tracer. I don't think I've got the video footage of the Tracer, but I played Tracer and I got 4 pulse bombs. I had 4 pulse bombs when I cloned the enemy Tracer. That's obviously pretty good. 1 clip of Tracer is an instant pulse bomb into the enemy tank, charge another one into the enemy tank, charge another one into... It's incredible. So if I was a really good Tracer player, you could argue that, well, what I'm going to do is just play Echo, wait until I get my ultimate. If the enemy have got a Tracer, then I'm going to clone that Tracer, I'm going to rush in, and we're going to do tons of damage. Now, this gameplay clip here, we're on Route 66, it's the final part of the map. This isn't historically a great point for heroes like Pharah, because, of course, we can put Echo into the same category as Pharah. She's an aerial hero. She does aerial long-range damage. She doesn't have a ton of splash damage like Pharah does in comparison, but she does have one major advantage over Pharah, and this is why, you know, I guess Pharah players are out there probably thinking, oh no, there's now a hero which is just, well better than Pharah in every single way. Is you've now got kill potential. This was such a beautiful clip. That's why I decided to use this at the start of the video. I mean, I was trapped there. It's a terrible earth shatter, but I was trapped, and I'm like, look, I'm just going to get out of this mess. I'm just going to become Reinhardt. They almost don't expect it. They're like, oh my god, what? And then there's a Reinhardt in the face. It's just crazy. But yeah, Pharah. The difference with Echo and Pharah is Echo has the ability to secure kills. You've got this beam ability, which, remember, does 200 damage per second to targets under 50% HP. Pharah doesn't have that. So imagine an aerial duel breaking out with 2 Pharahs. You've got to land rockets. But if one of those players is an Echo versus a Pharah, well, I mean, you're just trying to land a couple of primary fires. You hit them, and then you just turn on the beam. Or in fact, you just turn on the beam anyway, because remember, it still does 50 damage per second when you're just standardly using it, when it's not hitting targets under 50% HP, which is crazy. Like you can see there, I landed a bunch of pulse bombs. They're not pulse bombs. I landed a bunch of sticky bombs onto the Moira, and it does a nice amount of damage. Of course, Moira just came and killed me because, well, obviously didn't enjoy what I was doing, which is not very nice, I must say. But this hero is crazy, right, guys? I can't say that enough. I think for me, like, when a hero comes out with Overwatch, if it's fun to play and it's high impact, I think that's fine. Obviously, we get worried about things like eating fire strikes like that because we're terrible. No, we get worried about things like Sigma, and we've seen what Sigma did to the game, and it took Blizzard a while to fix Sigma. I'm hoping that this isn't the case for Echo. She's really fun to play right now. If she does become massively powerful, then maybe because the devs do have the experimental card and stuff like that, and a more sort of quicker, rapid, balanced patch update system, they may be able to fix her quickly. I think a lot of the issues are going to come from the ultimate, but then again, you get very good. I mean, look at the damage there on that hog. I literally deleted the hog. I mean, sure, he was getting attacked by everyone on our team, but that damage is just incredible because you've got this like duality to the hero. Yeah, sure, you're safe at range, you're spamming away, but then if you need to, you can become like vicious with the beam and just delete people. It is crazy. Well, remember, of course, if they're under 50% HP. See, at the end of this video, I grabbed the Sombra, EMP'd them. What can they do? You could have argued I could have grabbed the Reinhardt possibly there and gone in. It's just crazy. Like, it is just so, I can't believe this is a hero. You know, I said to Jeff Goodman, who is the principal hero designer, I was like, Jeff, like, why didn't you just like nick one ability? And he's like, it didn't feel good enough. This, though, feels great because you just become the enemy hero. And then you've got rapid ultimate generation stuff. It's just crazy. It really is crazy. But it's going to be one that the devs are really going to have to focus on for balance. All right. So what I'm going to show you now, just to finish off this video clip, is I'm the Winston here. I'm that Justice Winston. Now, this is my friend, Scott, Ampisound. He is an awesome parkour YouTuber. Check him out. Google his name. He's the best. So he came over to Blizzard with me to help with a bit of filming and stuff. And he's playing Echo here. So you see, he just kills Widow straight away, which is pretty funny. I'm the Winston. Now, what we were doing here is testing out the synergy with a dive tank and Echo. Echo very much is dive DPS. She can rapidly position herself. She can be all over the place. She's just fantastic when she's in with a Winston. You dive together, you can do so much work. It is just incredible. So this, again, you could say, well, is Blizzard. They're sort of saying, guys, look, we'd like you to play a bit more dive, so we're introducing this insane new hero, which does, well, insane things in dive, which is beautiful and exactly what we want you guys to be playing. You can see me there. I'm the Winston. I'm being aggressive. I'm pushing forward. Gives Echo loads of space to play with. Now, the disclaimer here is the enemy team do not have a hit scan. But they've got a Pharah there. It's going to be bad news for Pharah. She's deleted. I managed to get a bit of damage onto her with the Winston, but Echo comes in with the beam, secures the kill. Cheeky little duplicate there. Tries to... That's unlucky. Nearly got the Reinhardt. Ends up being caught out of position, and but it doesn't matter because they swap back to Echo with full HP, which this might change when this is on the PTR or the live service. But still, you would just turn back into Echo with whatever HP you had before you became the clone, and then you can rapidly move away. There is so much mobility to this hero. I mean, look at that. It's just crazy. But like, just to go back, and I guess just to wrap this up, she is a long-range projectile flying hero. She's very good at flanking. She does a ton of damage at range. If you land the sticky bombs and the primary fire into the same target, you do massive amounts of damage. Your ultimate can just literally win fights instantly. The enemy team can't really do anything when you're popping the ulti, apart from hope that you don't, well, hit them with whatever ultimate you've got, or they put you to sleep with an instant anodot, or they crowd control you, like with their own Earth Shatter, or they freeze you with May, or they put a wall in your face, or they, Earth Shatter. I think I said Earth Shatter, but basically they have to crowd control you, else you will use your ultimate. But you are vulnerable, though. Like, the enemy have now got a McCree, they use Deadeye, killed the Echo. I mean, that's always going to happen to heroes that are flying around in the sky. I mean, it happens to Pharah, so a lot of Pharah's weaknesses do become fairly similar with Echo. But, I mean, look at this. The Echo is in some really good positions here. It's really annoying for the enemy to deal with. You can rapidly reposition if you get caught out of place. I went in there and kind of got killed. I think we were actually shouting to dive there, but this is in the test environment at Blizzard, and yeah, everyone's kind of talking to each other. We're trying to sort of play the game as best we can. Oh, and also another disclaimer: we are obviously using Blizzard's peripherals here, so like their keyboards and mouse and whatever, because we can't plug our own in case we have some sort of filthy virus on them or whatever. Anyway, this, I think we're about to see Reaper get cloned here, which I think is pretty cool. Yeah, so I've gone on top of the saloon. Reaper's behind me. I'm screaming. My Echo comes in, clones the Reaper, and this is like, oh my god, this is going to be huge. Going to go in, do a ton of damage, but look what happened. Actually got smashed by Brig and couldn't use the ultimate, and then gets killed. So that does highlight that, well, you know what? It isn't actually an instant win button all of the time, but it is such a powerful ulti. I mean, one of the things I worked out, which is pretty fun, I did this on Route 66 when I played as Echo. I don't think I used the video footage. I don't think I had the video footage, actually. I think it got corrupted because some of it kind of got lost, I think. But basically, I became Wrecking Ball in the air and then instantly pile drive and then instantly had a minefield and then just minefielded the team. And it's like, how can they stop that? Like, they can't physically stop that. It's just going to annihilate them. It is such a cool hero. Guys, what I want you to do in the comments below is let me know what you think about this. Like I said, there will be additional videos coming fairly soon. We've got interviews with Jeff Goodman and the lead hero producer as well. So we can go into detail on Echo and why they decided to make the hero and where they see the hero going. And like even we spoke a little bit about Overwatch League and how she might impact the play at that level. There is a Jeff Kaplan interview, although it's fairly short, but there is some juice, which I think we can translate into a video, which is going to be huge. And there will be a video showing you guys all of the ultimate interactions with every single hero. I will go through, clone every hero, and show you guys just exactly how these heroes play and how fast you can charge ultimates. It is just insane. Alright guys, I've been Stylosa, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, remember you can follow me on @Stylosa on Twitter, on Instagram, and do let me know what you think about this. Let me know over Twitter, let me know in the comments below, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Toodaloo.